Hi, everyone, and welcome to the Life with Goldie podcast, where we travel around the world talking to all the Golden Hoodie recipients in the Salesforce ecosystem. We talk to them about their journeys and inspirational stories along the way. I'm your host, Mia Pacey, also a Golden Hoodie recipient, but today I'm joined with JB. Hi, JB. Thanks for joining us.
Hi, Mia. Thanks for having me. I'm so excited to be here.
Yes, I'm so excited to finally connect. We've talked for a little bit of time, and it's great to finally connect with another Golden Hoodie. So I was looking online and you do a lot in the marketing space, but some of us, we guess, would like to know more. Would you be able to tell us and take us through how did Salesforce and Trailhead come into your life? Where did this all start?
Wow, that's a great question. I have to go back 12 years um, on rethinking about how my journey with Salesforce started. Um, I was working as a configuration and release manager back in those times. My life was happy and it was all good. It was going very smooth. I didn't have any complaints, but something more awesome happened at the time that I was working on some project. It's not really my project, but I was volunteering to help somebody else in the Center of Excellence team where they are exploring different tools. Then that's when I teamed up with the person and I worked on integrating Jira with the Salesforce. That's when I happened to know about Salesforce first thing, and then getting into more details how it integrates and what that makes me curious about what Salesforce is, what it does, and then I happened to know a little more about that, and then I got more hands-on working on the project, and I thought I liked it, and the things fell into place, and that the person who was working as a Salesforce admin, they have to leave, and then another project added up and they are in need of an admin for the Salesforce. So that's when I volunteered, and then I switched to a full-time administrator in the Salesforce world. And then I worked on multiple clouds, starting with the Sales Cloud. I worked on a Service Cloud project and then the CPQ project. And then whenever it comes up now with the projects that we have to be flexible enough to learn whatever that is required. So I happen to learn more the Experience Cloud, Service Cloud, and then another miracle happened that I happened to know about the Marketing Cloud. So the same situation arose, that there was nobody in the team to help, and I was there as a first person that came to my manager's mind, and he was so confident about me and said, even though if you don't know Marketing Cloud, I'm sure that you will be able to catch up and get the things up in the project. So that's how I entered into the Marketing Cloud space. So I thought it was just for that one project, that and then I will be done. But then the project got extended, and also I started liking Marketing Cloud, and I felt it's my, well, that's where I belong. And then I thought I will completely switch to the roles in the Marketing Cloud, and that's how it's been like 6 years now, more than 6 years. So I'm I really like what I do, and all the amazing features that are adding up, the innovations coming up. I'm more curious to know what's coming in.
That's awesome. So you're saying that you kind of put yourself into the roles by challenging yourself to learn new things, and you mentioned someone was gave you the confidence to do that. Was that a big impact for your kind of confidence to know that someone else had the confidence in you?
Exactly. I see this in many other trailblazers as well, and with me as well. Uh, we lack the confidence, and sometimes we're a bit hesitant whether we would be able to do this when something new is coming up. And I hear very often, even the great persons whom I feel like they are like my go-to persons, like the experts, the MVPs, they often post that they are going through some imposter syndrome. So everybody of us go through that, and there should be somebody like mentor or somebody who really feels confident about us. We need them to remind us that we are capable of doing something. So That really helped me, because if I were to decide for myself, then I would have stopped there itself. I don't know where I would be now, but it's the person who, it's my manager who who has the trust in me, and he has the confidence in me, and he ensured that things will be fine. I don't need to worry if I'm starting with a new technology.
And did you find it very hard to learn Salesforce? Like you said, you started from the admin role. Where did you start to learn it?
Um, Back in the time when I started with the Salesforce, the Trailhead wasn't there. All we had was 900 or 1,000 pages, force.com book, where everything is organized by the topics. And then if we were to find something, we have to go through each and everything, and we don't know where a particular feature is. So it was hard. And also the community wasn't so strong at that time. I'm talking about sometime like 12 years ago. So community wasn't hard, and I wasn't much active on the social as well. These days, almost everybody is on the social, and they are contributing in a very active way. They're putting out the content, and it's very easy for somebody to get introduced to the Salesforce, learn the concepts, and then learn more in-depth concepts. But then in those times, it was hard. Um, and then a year later or so, in 2013 or so, if I remember correctly, Trailhead was introduced, and it was much easier. And whenever a new release coming up, or whenever a new feature is coming up, everything I can find on the Trailhead and on the Salesforce help documentation. And even now, I should say Trailhead is my go-to place. So whenever there is a new release, or whenever something that I don't know, maybe the loyalty management, that's the new thing that is added, Genie, something that I'm learning for the first time, Trailhead would be my go-to place. And then after that, I will go to the help document or the blogs, the latest updates. So comparing to where I started and how the times were and how the times are now, there's a lot of difference. And I feel for anybody who wants to learn Salesforce, Salesforce has really done a very great job in making it easy for the people who wants to learn. The developer orgs and all the resources that are available, and adding to that, the community, people like you, me, and many other leaders who are actively putting in the content to benefit the other train places. It's really awesome.
It is, and you're right, the community is there, and we are always open to helping everyone. So just if you find someone that you resonate with or you look like you're on the same path with, don't hesitate to reach out. The community is so welcoming. And on the path of community, let's talk about that shiny gold jacket you're wearing, which is that golden hoodie. Would you be able to take us through what it was like when you received it? Was it an event? Was it online? What are the goosebumps feelings that you got, and were you expecting it?
Yeah, it feels so surreal, and even if I think of it now, it's like I'm reliving it again. It's one of my best moments and most memorable moments, I would say. And I feel like I'm on the cloud nine every time I think of the time I go back to 1 year, and then I think how I felt and how I received it. So I think I am the only one who received the golden hoodie at my own place. Like most of the events, it's like the winner with the recipient will get invited to a conference or to some place. But it was during the COVID time, and I was all by myself taking care of the kids. So I had so many things going on. And the Trailblazer team, the Salesforce team behind the golden hoodie, and I should mention Gilda as well. So they were so thoughtful and considerate, and they didn't want me to travel. So uh, Gilda came all the way to my home to present me the golden hoodie. And I
Wow.
didn't know, I didn't even had a clue of what was going to happen. I was just told that some people are going to visit. So I was prepared to meet some people at my home. I would say I feel the goosebumps now. It was so wonderful to see Gilda first thing. And then I was so surprised, and I was so happy to see her at my home. And then Sarah was on the phone. The connections conference was happening. The recording was going on, and Sarah was live, and Gilda was there with the box. I didn't know what was in there. And I was talking to Sarah, and Sarah revealed the surprise and seeing the box, the golden hoodie. I don't believe it still now. It feels so happy. It was one of the best moments in my life.
So it was totally unexpected. It was not, you had
Exactly.
no idea it was going to happen. Such chills. So Connections is a marketing conference. So it was something, were you able to tell your story?
Yes. After Gilda came and she handed over the golden hoodie, and we sat together, and I got the opportunity to share my story and what community means to me. So that was broadcasted later in the show.
Oh wow, that does give me chills. I mean, like just not knowing what's happening, and then all of a sudden you what you thought it was going to be inside your house is completely different, and it's so much more shiny.
Exactly. Receiving it as a surprise, I didn't even had a clue, and it was completely a surprise, and that makes it more special. And having Gilda come and hand it over, it makes it more special.
It does, and you spoke about how important that community is to you. Can we elaborate a little bit further? What impact has the community had on your career path, and how important is it to you when you look back?
Um, I may get emotional, but it means a lot to me. It's just a small word to say that it means a lot to me. But it's through the community I grew in my career, and it's because of the community I am so alive. There are so many things happening on the personal end, but me being active in the community and me giving back to the people, helping other trailblazers in their journey, and realizing that I am playing an important role in their career, in their success journeys, it makes me very happy. And as I said, it keeps me more alive. When I, at the end of the day or at the end of the year, when I look back and think to myself what I have really achieved, it's not the money I have gathered, I have earned. It's not the certifications that I really count on, but it's the lives that I made an impact on. That is what that makes me very happy, and that make gives me the motivation to continue.
That's beautiful. I think I'm
I'm
going to cry.
always I'm always in to help anybody. That's been like the values that I learned from my childhood, and I always be in the front to help somebody. And I was the president's the volunteer service award 2 times in a row. I was the recipient. So I give back to the community, not just for the Salesforce community, but I volunteer for various non-profits, and I play an active role, or like one of the core members. And I feel so happy to be part of the Salesforce community because um, teaching is one thing which I'm really passionate about. And my father used to tell that education is something which is very much valuable, and if you give education to somebody else, it's the most valuable of all. You donate clothes or you donate food, but much more important is giving education to somebody else, because that may give them the life or their growth. And it's something which is, even though we give more, we don't lose, only we are going to get more benefit out of it. So I really like helping people with sharing my knowledge. So that and with the Salesforce, I have the platform to share what I love.
It is true. And I think we talk about platform and giving knowledge. I really like that analogy of giving someone an education is the best form of gift you can give. That's a good point. I like it. I really think that some knowledge is also like the cheapest form that you can do. Like it doesn't cost you anything, but it means so much to the person that's receiving it. So it's something that we will, yeah, encourage in the Trailblazer ecosystem is teaching, and you are doing that immensely and so well. So it's definitely shining through in your community aspect and impact. Has anything changed since you got the golden hoodie professionally, personally, or have you been able to do what you were already doing on a bigger scale?
With respect to what I have been already doing, I'm continuing to do that. Nothing changed, but I got more visibility. I'm able to reach out to more people. I had more connections, and then more people get to know what I've been doing, and they are able to participate in the boot camps that I have been conducting. I see that more people are able to get benefit out of it. So on a professional side, I would say I get the visibility, I get the recognition wherever I go. I enjoy that. And on the personal end, my family is so proud of me. My husband, my in-laws, they're so happy about me receiving the hoodie. All the things that they see me doing, they're really proud. And especially my two boys, they're young, and they feel so proud, and they go back and rewatch the episode or the connections where I was receiving the golden hoodie, and they proudly share it with their friends. That makes me feel so special.
So it's such a cute thing to know that your kids will watch that back and be so proud of their mum. It must be such an amazing feeling to have that, and for your family to be so proud. I think everyone's so proud of. So we talk about, I guess, how we started. We've talked about your journey, where you came from, where you studied, and made sure that you kept learning. If you have any advice for the new trailblazers in the ecosystem, what advice would that be?
I was a beginner long time ago, 12 years ago, sometime. Everybody starts with that single step. And then it's the commitment and the persistence that matters. And there will be many obstacles along the way. And I have seen, as a mentor, I have seen many trailblazers who started the journey, and some of them, they dropped out because they felt it was hard, and they felt it was not their thing. We all will face obstacles in the journey, but then it's the persistence that matters. um, that which is very important with especially Salesforce, because I get started with Salesforce now, and then I come back. I just leave it and come back after 3 months, after release or one or two releases, and you see a lot of things have changed, and you feel so nervous that you don't know anything much. So that happens with the Salesforce, and it's very important that one who is getting started, they have the persistence, and they should have the dedication. And very important, don't hesitate to reach out to the community. And I tell this at every meeting or any event that I go, I give a shout out to the community. Such is the strength of the community. So there are many leaders and trailblazers who are very actively giving back. And trust me, if you reach out to a person, you will definitely get help. And the community is now like 1 million plus trailblazers strong. And if you can just put out a word on the LinkedIn or any other social media or any other platform, you will definitely get some help. Out of 1 million trailblazers, one, at least one person will definitely respond and will be able to offer their helping hand. That's one thing which I would say, don't hesitate to reach out. And if you feel that some person can help you in any way, offering a suggestion, or even if it is a technical or a career suggestion, I do one-on-one mentoring. For me, it may be just like 15 minutes time that I spend, or 5 minutes, or sometimes 1 hour time that I spend over a call. But then it the discussion might be a life changing to the other person. And I had a call with quite a few trailblazers who wanted to switch to Marketing Cloud or switch to Salesforce. They used to have a lot of questions in mind, whether switching to Salesforce would be worth it, or if they're coming from a digital marketing background and they want to switch to the Marketing Cloud, would it be really worth it? And how is the market, or what are the pros and cons? So it's just my 15 minutes or 60 minutes time, but it is like their career advice that is really helpful, that makes lives. The same way, I would say, reach out to the people that you know who can help you, maybe the technical or the career advice that you seek out to. And then don't stop with the Salesforce. It's very important that you keep learning. Whenever a release comes out, or even though you're working on one cloud, it's important to know about at least the capabilities of the other cloud. Like me, if I'm working in the Marketing Cloud, I don't restrict myself to Marketing Cloud itself. Loyalty management, when it was announced, I was curious to know what it does and how it can be integrated with the Marketing Cloud, how it plays a role. into the CDP. So all the bits and pieces, we would be able to relate if we have a big picture of what each cloud does and what are the capabilities, and be up to date with all the new happenings, new releases that are coming up. So that will be my suggestion to the people who are starting. And don't doubt yourself, as I said in the beginning, that we all have imposter syndrome. So it's not just you or one person feeling that I may not be up to the mark, but it happens with everybody of us. It's all common. So there will be setbacks, there will be the times that one feels depressed, but don't let that stop you. uh, Continue the journey, and whatever comes your way, you will be able to handle it if you have that courage.
Yeah, great advice. Be persistent, keep learning, and believe in yourself. And then find that mentor that you might just need a little bit of career advice for, to keep you on that journey. That's a really great advice. But we talk about like, do all of these things, keep learning, get certified if you want, look at all the other clouds, look at the releases. That sounds so overwhelming if you're looking at this from a new perspective. I was just thinking when you were talking like that, how do we time manage this? How do we get our time to do Trailhead and do our jobs? What's do you have any secrets?
I want to give a big shout out to Trailhead, as we're talking about that. Trailhead bite-sized modules, 10 minutes, 15 minutes, and there are some quick modules as well. So on every feature, there is a quick look module, like it's just 10 minutes. And once you start with Trailhead, it is very addictive. And if you're really into collecting more badges and looking at the status, the all ranger status, or the all 5-star ranger or 3-star ranger, it's very addictive that one want to go and finish this one little batch before we sleep. And thanks to the mobile app as well, Trailhead Go, which is available on the iPhone and the Android as well. So whenever you get some time, I see many trailblazers when they're doing some errands, or now they're waiting for their kids to pick up from their classes. Instead of just waiting, we can just open the app and then finish one module. And you correctly pointed out that it may be overwhelming for a beginner, but then again, the releases are perfectly timed, 3 times in a year. So it's not too much content coming all at once. Whenever there is a release, just go to the relevant trailhead module and then review those, and it's one step at a time. So we have, in a quarter we have 3 months, and one can just do one module in a day. Then I have seen many trailblazers doing the 100 days challenge, and there's it's so addictive that they continue the challenge for the whole year as well. So
Wow.
I, I would definitely say set yourself some goals, because only when there are goals, then we are enough motivated to do that. So maybe take up the 100 days challenge, or at least for a month or so, set a goal that you're going to finish these specific modules. Then it's like one step at a time. So when we take it like this, it won't be overwhelming. It's like we are
Yes.
constantly learning and constantly updating.
Yeah, if you make it part of like a habit or a daily routine that you're right, if you're just waiting to pick up the kids, check on Trailhead Go, do a quick module. Even I like to listen to podcasts. So maybe I put my podcast in if I'm taking public transport to the office or to a meeting, just fitting them in just to get a little bit of extra knowledge from someone else's ideas. It doesn't always have to be like sit down in front of the computer and do hands-on challenges. You can just do bite-sized things every now and then. Good call out. I like that one. Good recommendation all round. So we have come to the part of the podcast where I get to ask my fun question. So there is, if you were an animal, what animal would you be and why?
um, it keeps changing, but I really love horses. And then
Oh yeah.
I really want to learn horse riding, but then I was hesitant. If I just fall down and break my knee, I don't want to get into that situation. But horse riding is one of my dream, but I'm not sure if I'm going to fulfill that or not. But I really love horses. And then the next one is the zebra. I like the patterns, the black and white, the color, the vibrant color, like it's just black and white, but uh, the pattern I love. And if you ask me about the bird, I really like peacocks. Anything
Oh,
peacocks. From my childhood, I am into crafting. I do
yeah.
some artwork. So whatever I do, it used to be about peacocks, cross stitch,
Wow.
or a painting, or everything on the dresses that I design. So it it used to be all the peacock colors, peacock pictures, and everything.
Wow, so it's more about like the patterns because the peacock's obviously got a great pattern to them and the great vibrant color, and so does the zebra. And the horse is more like majestic and free and powerful. I would like to also offer you some time to advertise, promote, talk about, encourage, inspire. Use this time to kind of give you the mic of anything you'd like to talk about.
So I would like take this as an opportunity to encourage people who are getting started with the Salesforce or with the Marketing Cloud. It may feel overwhelming at the beginning, but it's the slow and steady process, and being persistent will get you there. And definitely there will be some obstacles, but at the same time, remember that uh, there's a large community stretching the arms to help. If somebody wants to learn Marketing Cloud, the times are very much better now, and there are a lot of resources available. And though the hands-on org is not available, but a lot of resources are available. If somebody wants to make a switch to the Marketing Cloud, you can reach out to me or for any other guidance or any other suggestions. And I would like to give a shout out to the group that I founded. It's the MC Learning Camp. It's all about Marketing Cloud content, helping the beginners get introduced to the Marketing Cloud, and also people who are in the Marketing Cloud. It helps them gain in-depth experience in the Marketing Cloud. There's a lot of content, and there's a Slack channel available, which is now 2,000 members strong, and the associated Trailblazing Together YouTube channel that is also identified with the @MC Learning Camp handle. So there's a lot of content on the Trailblazing Together YouTube channel. If somebody wants to get started with the Marketing Cloud, I have a blog also where they can find all the videos and blog posts that are related to the Marketing Cloud. I, along with other members in Marketing Cloud community, I'm definitely sure that they will be able to help if someone reaches out to them. I personally mentor, I respond to all my LinkedIn requests. It may be late sometimes. Once in a month, I get to see all the messages, but I definitely make sure that I respond to all of them. And any help that they're reaching out, I share the resources, I share the information, I provide the guidance. And likewise, I see many MVPs and experts in the Marketing Cloud world who are readily offering their help along maybe the YouTube content, the videos they're putting in, or the blogs they're sharing. There's a lot of content available. If someone is really willing to learn, if they're really passionate, there's a wealth of information out there.
That sounds like a lot of information. So yeah, there was a blog, there was a class, there was a YouTube channel. We'll have to link them all into the show notes, everyone. So head down below to get those links, and they'll take you right to that content. But that is a good shout out to the Marketing Cloud community. Is there a group, a Trailblazer group for your Marketing Cloud?
Yes. So I founded the marketers group in Phoenix. So it is almost like 3 years old group. So around 3,000 members are already in the group.
Wow.
You know that, right? How the community groups work. If you join a group, you will get automated notifications whenever an event is published. So you can find the group on trailblazercommunitygroups.com, and then search for the groups in Phoenix. And under the Phoenix area, there is some Salesforce marketers group. And if you join that, and then people will automatically get notifications about the new events or any other emails that are being sent. And likewise, if someone wants to find out any group in their local community, if they are in specific area and they want to attend the in-person event or the virtual events, they can find the group by searching in the find community group near you search box.
Yeah, it's a great way to meet new people in the community or just to reconnect with the community after a break, or if you move. So it's a really good place to like just go and find something that's in your area, even if it's not like specifically, and you're not in the dev space or you're not in the admin space or in the marketing space. It's still good to go along because those people will often work across cloud and have connections that you can often just make to help in the community just to get started and make that connection. But yes, good shout out to our Trailblazer community groups. It sounds like you are doing so much in the community, providing content, you're mentoring, you're founding a community group, and then above all that, you've got a full-time job and you're a mum. So this is obviously why we've got a golden hoodie on you, and it's shining a light. Continue to do good in the Salesforce community. But thank you so much for joining us, JB. We've had a great time talking about your story.
I really enjoyed our discussion, Mia, and thanks for inviting me and having me here.
Excellent. Woo!